guys? Welcome back to the MLG Studios in New York City. My name is Axel Toss, and you're watching the top 10 countdown of the best games in MLG history featuring a European player. We've gone through 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and now we're down to our final 3. This next game is from the 2013 MLG Winter Championships, and this was a period where the Korean players were just kind of destroying everyone. That's kind of how it was going. Not to be disincluded was Flash. Flash on fire came into this tournament, probably considered one of the favorites, and up walks a Ukrainian Zerg player by the name of Bly, and this is going to be Game 3 of that contest on Akalon Waste, brought to you by Total Biscuit and Husky. This is probably one of my favorite games in history. I will never forget watching it live. Check it out.
Change his game plan because he's basically a machine. I don't know if you know this, but he is not from planet Earth, so he doesn't get cheeky or anything. If he's 2 games ahead, he doesn't care. He's still going to play his safe style that he has prepared. He's going to use the build order for that map that he has prepared. He's not going to do anything for showmanship because his showmanship is defeating everybody. Speaking of Flash, spawning down in the bottom right side, it is Flash.
Versus his opponents, who has been looking for an upset so far and hasn't managed to make that happen. Will Game 3 be his lucky number? In the blue trunks, playing Zerg to the northwest of Akalon Wastes, it's Team Aces Bly.
And TB, one thing I want to mention really quickly is a lot of people on Twitter were actually saying, you know, it's impressive how well Bly's playing, and again, I still feel kind of bad for him. It does look, wait.
It's going to be an 8-8. Yeah,
it is.
This is the 8-8, and I believe then there's going to be another 8 in the form of that. That is the refinement. The 8-8-8 build. This is a Heart of the Swarm specific rush, which works extremely well against Zerg if they're not prepared for it. It is the earliest possible Reaper you can get, essentially.
Now we do have a very early drone scout here. This is before
like
Pool
that
and
a lot.
before Hatchery. Now Bly does not have Superman vision. He doesn't know where this is going to be, but he's like, you know what, Flash, you are up a couple of games. You've been able to beat me with Reapers once already. I'm going to scout this out. He's sending out another drone, yep, I believe to make that Hatchery.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the timing of this means that that Hatchery is already going to be started by the time he scouts out that, hey, there's actually no barracks here. So all this drone has to do is see the gas. He's going to know what's up. He knows a Reaper is on the way, and you can get those Reapers mighty fast, TB, with Heart of the Swarm.
You certainly can. You don't need a tech lab anymore, so that is an obvious time and gas saving. And with the position of the Reaper, it means it can attack that natural expansion very, very quickly. The question is, how much damage can you do? You might think it's so weird in this situation when you scout so early to go for that hatchery. Not necessarily. The thing is that Reapers can't kill hatcheries, and often it seems like what you've got to do against a Reaper is survive it with the least possible losses and then try and get ahead afterwards.
Yeah, he does stick that drone right on the SCV. He knows what's going to be up right now. I don't know if he saw the Reaper till just now. He's got a second drone coming down, so that bunker is going to begin. Not a lot these drones can really do here. A third drone coming up, trying to get one hit off. Does lose the drone for attempting to get that extra hit there. But now the SCV is at 20 HP. The spawning pool nearly done. It is now done. 4 lings are going to be on the way. So this is going to be similar to the last game. The drone's going to attempt to pull off the line here. Flash is not going to lose that Reaper in a million years. Even with Queens and Zerglings, that is just not going to happen. Does cancel that there to save that drone. He does have 2 drones on gas, and is he going to use that gas? He doesn't really have that much gas here. The Reaper going to prove to be super annoying, and the bunker is almost done.
Yeah, there's no way he's going to be able to get rid of that Reaper. With the bunker now up, the second Reaper is coming in as well. So again, he's got to minimize damage. Where does he go from here? Building a few Queens is a good start, of course. Queens at least can shoot the Reapers, where instead of just run at them and die. The problem is you need 2 Queens against 2 well-microed Reapers. But with the low HP, he actually might get the shot off on that Reaper, and he gets it. Nicely done there by Bly.
That is huge.
That's a big deal. That is a big deal.
Yeah, now there's only 2 Reapers on the field as opposed to the 3, which would be able to fill that bunker, losing a Zergling right out of the gate there. But again, I mean, look at the damage on the hatchery. It almost regenerates its health quicker than it takes there. So as long as he can keep the Queens alive, nice micro here by Flash, keeping those alive. Close. And remember, Reapers heal health out of combat now, so those Reapers are just going to sit inside, get nice and healthy, and come right back on out.
All right, so the question is, I suppose, for Flash, how long can he keep doing this and prevent the inevitable counter-attack? Because you can see he's got the factory coming up, so his likely option at this stage I imagine, has got to be build Hellions in order to deflect the Speedlink counterattack. Trying to get that Queen off right there. Oh, and that was interception! Interception! Down one goes. This is huge for Bly right here.
Especially if you can get these two Reapers. Can the Reapers escape? They do. He unloads them at the very last second to save them.
He locks another one down. The bunker's down as well. Bly with an excellent performance. Speed is going to kick in quite soon as well. This was an exceptional defense here by Bly.
Yeah, very, very well played right there, and it does look like, unfortunately, Bly right there. And he's back.
The defense was so good, the internet couldn't believe it.
Absolutely. The Zerglings here are going to be chasing this for as long as they possibly can, but look at this Flash with one unit just poking these. It's like a little Chihuahua or something barking at a much larger dog, but that Chihuahua has an APM of 400, so he should be able to keep it alive.
Oh man, this is unfortunate. This is the worst possible timing for this to happen for Bly. This is absolutely crushing. He essentially is, he wasn't even 1 second away from Speed kicking in there. And he was going to charge at the natural expansion, do damage. The Hellions are not up. There's no defense up for this other than that basic wall off. And
that's right.
It looks like a disconnection. Thankfully, of course, it's going
and
right
the
back.
Speed's
It gets surrounded in the process. That was...
another one. He's going to get that one as well.
He prances.
He's so slippery right there, able to escape, and he might actually be... he's going to try. Gets intercepted once again. Look at Flash's control. It's not enough. Able to take that out right there.
Flash has no units, Husky. He has no units at all. And he's now building his first Hellion. And this is getting crazier by the minute. The Lings are already going into attack. They're not going to be able to break through before the Hellion comes out, though.
Yeah, not at all. That Hellion's nearly done. He may force the liftoff here. He does. No SCV going to be produced right there. The Zerglings are going to have to retreat. Of course, in typical Flash fashion, he's not going to be losing all that much. As I will say, though, Flash is only at 29 supply. Will be able to kill off yet another SCV doing Ring Around the Vespine Geyser, my favorite childhood game. The Barracks is going to go ahead and retreat all the way back home. But Bly, he can either macro on the back of this or try and do a pretty sick timing attack, which I would say Flash would be quite vulnerable to Roaches here because he is going for Blue Flame Hellions.
Flash is vulnerable to a lot of things right now, honestly. Yeah, you're right. He's going Blue Flame Hellions. Roach is a great option in that respect. And right now, Bly is so far ahead. He's 40 drones versus 26. He's delayed mining on the natural expansions. He's killed SCVs. He's killed all the Reapers. And he's put Flash in completely the place that he didn't want to be. And, dear Lord, we are hopefully going to be able to clear this up quite soon, because this is obviously the worst possible thing that happened to Bly in this game at the moment. We do have the take command feature, so if a disconnection does happen, we will be able to resume, but no player really wants that to happen, since it interrupts their flow, it interrupts their mindset, and hopefully that won't be the case. Lings coming in right now are going to get hit immediately by those Blue Flame. Actually, was almost revealed there, which would be useful information to have. That's not something that Bly currently possesses. If he spots Blue Flame, that's going to allow him to prepare. The Roach Warren is coming down. The Lair is coming in as well. This is Bly's best chance to get this series back in his favor.
Now, I got to say, this Creep Tomb replacement by Bly is actually going to be hindering him here. I think it's going to leave that entrance wide open for these Hellions to get by. The Blue Flame has been revealed. These drones are going to be shivering in their expansions. We'll see if he can manage to save them. Zerglings managing to actually get some decent damage here, especially since they are Blue Flame. The Hellions trapped in the corner. The Zerglings doing more damage, but more reinforcing Hellions have arrived. The drones are forced to evacuate. He's lining them up. He's got to be so careful. Nice control from Bly so far. Actually, a lot less losses than I would have thought here. Can he intercept the Hellions? He does. He gets the Lings up there. He gets us around the Queen. Bly is held it up, but there's more at the expansion right now. Nothing down here to defend it.
Roach is coming. Roach is coming. They're going to be out in a second. This is absolutely fantastic. He deflects yet another Hellion attack here from Flash. He has lost barely anything. He's taken 4 drone losses in total in this game so far. That attack was nowhere near as effective as Flash was hoping for. That was incredibly well defended.
Yeah, and you got to remember, Flash following it up with more Hellions. He has 6 Hellions, 2 Marines, now 8 Hellions. If Bly can find a sick timing here, it could be devastating. He's got to watch out for the Widow Mines, got to watch out for the Siege Tanks right now. We do have the Glial Reconstitution for the Roaches, making them move a little bit quicker. Nice split on the units here to intercept it. There is no weakness in that defense right now from Bly. He just has to keep his cool, keep playing like he is right now, and he's going to have a pretty good chance as Flash is now stuck on these 2 bases. Bly has his 3rd base on the way, still later than we're used to seeing. Another Hellion gets taken down by Lings. These Lings are everywhere. Has Bly found his groove here? He's got to make sure these Hellions never never ever make it into his base again.
Yeah, absolutely. He can't take economic damage at this stage. Looks for the interception, using the Zelnaga Watchtower, trying to get some information here. Speed is not done, gets one, but he's going to have to slowly push across the map here. Widow Mines are being prepared as a defense for this, and they're right in the path. This is going to go off, and it's going to hit. Oh, Bly
Nice.
with the micro. Spots that coming in, eats it on the lead roach, nothing else, taking no more damage here. Flash looking to prepare for yet another attack. Could go for the third, most likely going to go to the natural. Queen's going to die.
Drones say ruh-roh, turning right around. So far, Bly playing absolutely perfect here. Does lose that Queen. There wasn't much of a shot of it surviving here. The Hellions, though, we were saying he can't let him do this. This is exactly what Flash needed, was a bunch of drone kills here. The Queen could not DPS down soon enough. A lot of the drones going to get taken out here. The Roach is able to intercept. I don't think these Hellions are going to be able to escape out of here. Nice control by Bly, preemptively guessing where they were going to go. Somehow, that Hellion survives there with 2 HP and 3 kills as well. Taking a look at the units here, you can see 44 drones, and Flash has done it again. He actually has an SCV lead. He's taking a third base. This is what Flash does, and what he does best is he was a little bit behind. He's now evened it out quite a bit. Supplies are equal. He has an economic edge. Bly has got to figure something out because Thors are on the way.
Yes, they are. Thors, tanks, and all manner of things. He's playing a mech style going into this, and this is unfortunate. He took that one hit that he just couldn't afford. There are Widow Mines everywhere. Bly is spotting them really well and taking minimum damage here, but against siege tanks and Widow Mines, he's going to try and deny the third. He'll, of course, kill the mules here, but I don't know if he can catch up. That's what he needs to try and do. He can't kill this base. It's just going to get lifted. He knows this. He's going to get trapped in the corner here. Without tunneling claws, there's no escape for him either. These roaches are going to die, and for what? He hasn't really achieved anything. The micro coming in from Flash here was exceptional, saves the tank, and I believe he lost 1 worker in that engagement. That was not what Bly needed at all, and unfortunately, it seems like now Flash has got that momentum back that he briefly lost at the start of this game, and now things are going to get way more difficult.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly the position you do not want to be in versus Flash. The only way to beat him is to go toe-to-toe for the entire game. If you let him get ahead once in any way, it is definitely an uphill battle. Now, we do have Infestors on the way, more Roaches on the way. But unfortunately, after losing that many Roaches, he decides, you know, I still want to make more Roaches, which means that his army is basically less, basically less of what he was going to make anyways.
Yeah.
If he was going to tech switch out of that and maybe sacrifice those Roaches, it would be a different story. Oh, he's got to watch out for the Widow Mine right here, as the Infestors are not going to be spotted there.
Nope.
The Widow Mine knows none the wiser, as these Infestors may make it all the way in the main base. Flash may actually spot the little ripple of, you can barely see them when they're burrowed, but if actually right now Bly can pull this off, this is going to be a lot of dead SCVs.
Yeah, we're looking for most likely for Infested Terrans here coming in. He's split and he's got through, and Flash did not have any detection for this. And this could be dangerous. A lot of damage could be done here. Bly is just going to save that energy up to do as much damage as possible. And this, as I said, could be devastating. Neural Parasite comes in as a direct response because Bly sees those Thors in action.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely right. The Thor is on the way. If they get Neural Parasite, that would be huge. We do have a couple of Zerglings going to be attacking there on the rocks. The Roach is going to join in as well. And Bly is up to a 4th base. This is going to be the first time here. Notice how Bly, at the natural Flash, just split those 3 Infestors. So there's even one on the high ground to attack that 3rd base. If he can do this perfectly, these Infestors have full energy now. They're getting close to full energy anyway. And if Flash gets his army out of position, you got to remember, mech moves slow. And that means that they cannot get back in time to deal with this. Flash actually going to be going for the rocks right now. Now Bly has got to be so patient here. It's like that scene in Braveheart, man, when they have those long spears. You just got to hold until that army gets a little bit out of position, and then that's when you activate it.
That was not what we wanted to activate, I'm afraid. Bly once again lagging out at this point. This has got to be throwing him off, and it's really unfortunate that it's happening. Hopefully we don't get a disconnect. And it doesn't look like we're going to get that right now. That Widow Mine. Oh, that Widow Mine's in a really...
Oh,
that was so fast. Unbelievable performance there from Bly to spot that before it triggers. It can be done. It's just very difficult. Right now, those Infestors are sitting on a huge amount of energy. He is drawing this army out of position. These Infestors could do so much damage to Flash's economy.
Flash is moving out. Flash is moving out. Keep in mind, he did scan the 3rd base. Flash is bringing out the SCVs. He says now's the time to go for it. Is he going to be able to do it? Now's Bly's one and only chance. He's going to attack. He decides to go straight for the tank. Do the Infestors. What about their Infested Terrans? He needs to right now. Oh, this pains me.
It really does. This is the last thing that should be happening in a game of this caliber, but unfortunately it is. And Bly once again with the freeze. We're just having to deal with this right now. And there goes a lot of Bly's army takes damage here, but it was only roaches. These infestors are what we're interested in now. Bly needs to focus. He must not lose his confidence and his cool in this situation. He's got full energy infestors. Flash's army is halfway across the map. This is the time. This is the time to use those infestors.
Yeah, he needs to right now. His army is so far out of position. Bly has got to be careful with these roaches. He wants to kill off the battle lanes, then back out. If he can find a way to deal with the tanks, he can lob out those infested terrans. Keep an eye. Here they come. The infested terrans lobbing out at every single base, at the main base, the natural, and the third. Flash reacts almost instantaneously. Got to be saving the majority of those. Now, right now, Bly has delayed the economy. He needs to delay the push as long as he can.
Can he do it?
He's going to push it.
He's going for it right now. The 4 is doing massive damage. Bly charges in. Huge damage inflicted. The 4 is... Why is that not attacking? I don't know, but the Thor takes down yet another tank. Trader Thor in the mix right here. Flash has taken massive damage. His base has been devastated. 126 supply to 170. Bly is putting himself in a situation where he could actually win this. And Flash suddenly with tanks caught in the middle of nowhere here.
I gotta say though, he threw away a lot of roaches there. Take a look at the kills on the tanks. Quite a few. Nice little trick there to make the tanks kill off each other. Lobbing one infested Terran and some more splash damage right there. The infested Terran's actually still hurting Flash here a little bit. One infested Terran at the third base is going to be killed off by SCVs, but again, still delaying mining. Honestly, Bly...
40 SCVs are down, man. The difference is massive. 32 workers to 80. Wow. Flash can push with this, but there's going to be a roach rate, Max.
He's got to be so careful. He needs either drop, he needs something. The Ultralist tech switch here, I don't know about that because they take extra damage from those tanks, but he's got to try and go for it right now.
He's going to go for it. He's in the middle. He's right in the middle. The roaches get in position, taking out a huge amount of tanks in the process. He's taking a lot of damage here, but he's got the economy to make this work. He breaks down the vanguard of the tanks. More tanks coming in. Reinforcements, Widowmines now moving in, and Flash dips below 100 supply. Bly is reinforcing with roaches here, but Flash is not out yet.
29 roaches on the way. The infestors have quite a bit of energy there. They can throw out the infested Terrans. There's only a couple tanks here. Does he know about the Widowmines? Those are fresh Widowmines. The splash damage could be immense. And there we go. The Widowmines do not activate quite yet.
They're going to trigger on the tanks! They're triggering on the tanks! It's massive!
The infested Terrans, though, once again inside Flash's base. Flash is going to be pushing up to the third base. And remember, Bly does have 4. He can sacrifice 1. He's marching down the rack. He's got to be careful. The infested Terrans coming out. He's going to do it. He's going to break the siege tank line with these roaches.
The tanks are going down. Bly is smashing this offensive. Flash goes to 86 supply. Bly is still at 72 drones. 4 bases. 5 bases now for Bly. The infestors are still in the base, refusing to allow Flash to mine.
Pushing it back with these roaches. The 2-1 upgrade starting to kick in. He actually has ultras on the way. Roach is going to be pulling up. Those infestors are still alive. He's going to take out the last tank in the center. He's going to be going for that 4th base. If he denies that base, that is really one of the only mining bases for Flash. And the infested Terrans once again taken out by the SVs. He might go for the jugular. He's going straight in the main base. He's got to be careful. There's only Hellions here though, which is going to be a lot of freebies.
He is, but he's taking a lot of damage from that single tank. Flash with an excellent defense right there, incredibly efficient, but as you said, Ultralisks are on the way. These infestors are not cleaned up. The main base is fine. He's scanned, and he finally finds after sinking a lot of scans to make that happen, but there's still an infestor in the natural expansion. Now Lings and Roaches hammering down on the 3rd base. There's nothing to stop it. 4 command centers are hovering around doing nothing here. Ultras are now on the field. Flash is on 80 supply. Bly's about to be maxed again.
Got to be so careful right now. The infestors, as you're mentioning, still alive. They're eventually getting cleaned up. No, they're moving back into the main base. They have 10 kills, 16 kills, and 14 kills a piece on those. The Widowmines here have been intercepting reinforcements for quite some time. I think that Bly finally realizes it. Some freebie kills there for Flash. He did manage to save the command center inside of his own main base. But Flash right now, he's sitting on 2-2 ups.
Still infestors there,
We do see the 2-2 on the way. The infestors are indeed still alive. Those are the hero infestors of the game. Bly just needs to focus. He's got over 100 supply lead. If anyone can hang on, it's Flash. But this is looking pretty good for Bly. He just denied that command center. There's only 1 mining base. I guess 2 if you combine everything else.
More infested Terrans now in the main base doing significant damage here, forcing mining off again. That is the main army of Flash, what's left of it, pulling back to try and deal with the amount of damage that's been inflicted. 79 workers killed by Bly in this game.
Ridiculous.
Flash is so so far behind at this stage. I don't see a way out of it. Bly is now going to bring his new toy into the fray. The Ultralisk is charging in right now. The Widowmine hits an Ultra. The Ultra does not give a damn about that, and it's going to smash this planetary apart.
Down it goes. Steve takes on the high ground. He's got to be careful going up that ramp. He decides to retreat. A couple Ultras do get taken out. All the Ultras except for one actually dying on the
Huge
retreat
damage
there.
Man.
He would have loved to have been able to do a lot more, and actually that's even the supply out a lot more than you may have thought. However, Bly still has a lot of money to burn here. He's delayed mining, but look at this Flash, this powering command centers here. He's dropping mules at every location and is going to be able to, no, it looks like Bly is taking that expansion right now. The creep spread pretty wonky here because of how many creep tumors have actually died right now, and Flash scans the bottom left side, realizes, all right, our Zerg player is at least not there, but again, Bly has got to focus. He needs to make sure he does not run into the meat grinder siege line.
Nice fungal growth, and that grabs the back four there. That projectile fungal, more difficult to hit, but still equally deadly. More infested Terrans still coming in, still doing this harassment. Flash is somehow still in this game. He's building 7 SCVs at a time. He is powering tanks back up into this defense, and if Bly manages to lose from this position, this will be one of the most unbelievable defenses we've seen in this tournament so far, and this is insane. But Bly is still sitting on about 17 bases and still has everything he possibly needs to win this game. But he's got to be careful. He can't get overconfident at this stage.
He has to go for Broodlords. That's what he's going to be starting to do right now. It's a little bit too late. But the problem is he's still waiting on the Greater Spire. And what that means is if Flash catches wind of this and he manages to get out Vikings, he can still have a chance here. But if those Broodlords go uncontested, there's not a whole lot of options. But Flash so good at macro, actually catching up in the supply right now. Of course, the income for Bly is looking great. If he loses this army, he has 40 larvae on the back of this, and if he injects just a couple more, he's going to have a nice army just sitting in those larvae. But right now, Flash, I mean, his worker count is at 50, even after losing 92 workers, still managing to have a lot of workers on the field here.
Ridiculous.
Has to wait for these Broodlords, though. He can't win with just Roach at this point.
Yeah, well, he keeps going into this big choke point here against really well-positioned tanks and taking huge amounts of damage. Bear in mind, this is a mech build. That means upgrade city, +2 on those tanks. They are going to hit really hard. Roaches and Ultras, even Ultralisks, who are designed to take those kind of hits, at least according to the Blizzard cinematics, just can't handle that amount of firepower. With Widowmines in the mix as well, it's messy. But as you said, the Broodlord tech switch is what could very well kill Flash here.
He needs them, and he needs them fast. Flash is pissed. He's stirred up like a beehive, and he is moving on out. This is going to be the last attack for Flash. Now, I just took a look at Flash's vision. He doesn't know about the Broodlords, doesn't know about the Broodlord tech. They're right in the middle here, TB. Morphing in. Can he be aggressive with these right now? There's no anti-air. Not a single unit can attack air. The Broodlord's going to fly into the scan. Flash knows. Does he have enough? Can he do it with just Widowmines alone? That's a lot of Broodlings coming in.
GG! Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The comeback is on its way. Bly makes God bleed and takes a map from KT Rolster's Flash.
Wow, what an awesome game there. Just and like the lag too, it like made it that much more intense. I remember that game. I remember being there and watching that. The patience shown by Bly there with those Infestors, and if you watch the webcam at the bottom of Flash, you could see he was distraught as that was happening. So that was your number 3 game of our countdown, guys. Again, the top 10 games from MLG history featuring European players. That means we got 2 games left, guys. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with number 2.